Item number 4, discuss, take action on the schoolhouse at Heritage Park. Celeste, if you'd like to go to the podium. Larry, I think you had maybe some comments or questions, I'm not for sure.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Go ahead.
You want me to go ahead? I'm here to ask you to replace the roof on the old schoolhouse. It has received a lot of damage both in the inside and the outside. I kind of want to go over that.
Would you make sure your mic is turned on, Celeste? Sorry,
Okay.
is loud on?
There you go.
There you go, now we get
Okay.
you forward.
First of all, I want to let you know, I don't want to reconstruct, I just want to preserve. So inside the schoolhouse where the floor is rotted and the frames around the door have a lot of poor wood, it's because of the roof. And the roof is a major problem in the schoolhouse. When you go inside the schoolhouse, you can actually see the sky. The reason it's leaking is because at one point there was a little arbor over the doors, the steps that entered the schoolhouse, and it's been removed, so the water is just leaking in. And that's where most of the damage is. I don't think it would cost a whole lot to have that repaired. It's just a few boards inside and a few boards, not the whole floor at all. Like I say, I want to preserve the original as much as possible. But the roof, on the other hand, really does need to be replaced. And I'm recommending a metal roof to match the other roofs that we see at Heritage Park so that it has more of a uniform, look and will withstand many, many years and help to preserve our little schoolhouse. On another note, I have been scrambling around trying to get ideas, and I've had a commitment by the school, the high school, to help build the stage. Remember I talked to you about the old stage that used to be on the side of the schoolhouse. And I'm looking for wood that is, when people are tearing down buildings and stuff, the old wood. And I have some, but if you all know of any other, I think that would be ideal for putting, yes, sir.
Mr. McFall was asked in the last meeting if he had any old wood, because he has some old buildings on the property, and he indicated that he would supply or have some wood.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And Tom Osborne as well had some old wood, and I think to reconstruct the steps so that they're sturdier with that and the stage would give it that more vintage look and give it an overall appearance, the appearance we're looking for. And I'm asking the court for help with the roof and just the wood inside, which is not very much. It's something close to my heart, and this is our forefathers. It's been a community center, a church, people were married there. I mean, it's been a schoolhouse, it's been a place where people came together, and the most important thing, it's our grandfathers and great-grandfathers that actually built that schoolhouse and actually made the original furniture that was in that schoolhouse. And I feel like it needs to be preserved. Would you like to say anything about it, Billy or Sammy?
All right.
But anyway, I'm asking for help with that.
Kenneth and I went through Friday, and I don't think it's a whole lot for metal roofing. At one time, he was talking about donations.
I've tried, I'm not getting the support. I'm going to try and see if I can, I'm going to try to hit some people I know in roofing and see if we
Well,
can
I
get
can
that roof.
get a hold of the roofer.
I would appreciate that.
I don't think it costs a whole lot to get a roof on it. But again, our funds is thinking right now.
And I totally understand that. I also worry that with all the things we're taking away from the people in our county right now and the way they're feeling about it, maybe doing something positive for the community would really mean a whole lot, showing that you're trying toward, because I know times are tough right now with money, very, very tough. They're tough all over. There's people who've lost their jobs, people who've had hours cut. It's just tough all over. But I just think the community needs something. Say, we're still out there, we're still trying to do our best to keep it all together during these tough times.
We want to get over the roof and
See what it
money,
costs.
yeah, what kind of money we're going. And also, I'd like, as a commissioner, I'd like to see someone else, an organization or a foundation or something, to take the buildings.
To take the buildings
Well,
and,
besides Commissioner Court. Because it takes a passion for that. Court has.
no, it's absolutely a passion. My grandson woke up this morning, he goes, "Grandma, I don't know where you get these ideas." He goes, "But you're killing us all." I'm like, it's a passion.
Historical commission, we got, we budgeted the historical commission. Someone else needs to get involved besides the court.
Yes, I would appreciate that as well, because we need, those houses belong to the entire community. And it should be set up where a certain organization is in charge of the gardening around it. And I've had people offer to take over the gardening around that area. There needs to be someone who takes care and does the maintenance. And I think that would be a wonderful idea if we had certain groups adopt particular houses. For example, the telephone house, perhaps Windstream would adopt the telephone house. But I think that is a great plan of action.
I think what I'm hearing, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is that maybe we can look at a roofer, see what the roof will cost, see what the wood will cost around the door and the floor, and then as things move forward for us, maybe we can see what we, on that end, and then you can see what you could do on donations. Is that what I'm hearing, Larry, or is that,
Yes.
am I right or wrong?
What's the floor square footage?
I don't know. What would you say, Tony,
It's
about?
probably
Probably 30 by 40, maybe.
Yeah, 20 by 30, maybe 800 feet, less than that.
It's less than 1,000 square.
But we don't want all that floor replaced. It's just little areas.
You
of
do
floor
want the
here.
whole roof.
But I do need the whole roof replaced, because the whole roof is the problem. It's the whole problem of why we're needing to replace the wood inside. We need awnings over those doors, and I am working with the high school if I can get some wood donated to make the stairs, to make the stage. I feel like it's an educational project and it grabs children and puts them back into the community. So maybe if they work in the community, maybe they won't destroy things at Heritage Park. I mean, that's very fun.
Well, do we want to leave it where you'll talk to a roofer, just see what,
I'll see.
and I know it's been 14 years, but it looks like back in '02 when they discussed this, they were looking at cedar shakes for $3,300, and they were looking at metal for $1,800, and they wound up going with cedar shakes.
Yeah, I read that and I don't understand it.
They look older than 14 years.
Really? Maybe they just replaced a few?
It's 2002.
It doesn't seem like it's,
Yeah, they look old.
they look like
Yeah.
they've been packed.
And maybe that's what they did, patch the roof.
When you're inside the building, you can see the sky, right? I mean, it's a natural, natural light in the house.
The home building had Tennessee Beaver going in. That shouldn't be really expensive, but it don't.
My goal for that, for Heritage Park, I think Heritage Park is a very unusual park. When I had my event there were so many people who called me from all over Texas wanting to have another event. They said that was the best place ever. But those buildings are sitting there, they're deteriorating, they're not being used. And I had person after person tell me how wonderful it was that they could actually go inside the buildings for the first time. And I feel like if we could get people to adopt each of the buildings and really restore them, we could use one for concession. Maybe we could even rent one out for family reunions. And, I want to keep the school as an educational tool, though.
Are you going to go forward with trying to get people to adopt the buildings to maintain them, or how? Then we have to get the legalities figured out, but
Yes, I'd be willing to help you with that, I absolutely would. I just think we're gonna lose those buildings,
All right.
if y'all trust me to do that.
I'd like to work with you with the high school folks, maybe that becoming a high school project on the school building on an annual, continual basis of maintenance and upkeep. Some way incorporate that into their curriculum.
They actually do have a math class. They have their math class coordinated with their shop class, and actually building stairs is one of their very first project. But also in doing this, I think it will teach kids about preserving. And a lot of times they teach new construction, but they don't teach preservation, and that's a whole different thing. And I think it's very unusual and very good for the kids. Because if we teach them to preserve now, they'll start appreciating what they have. But if we don't do anything now, we won't have anything to preserve later.
Well, let us do some research on our end. Of course, we'll have to come back to the court before we spend any money at all, before we see what, we can get together some more facts, put together, and then I will call R.C. McFall and talk to him about the wood, because he did make that comment. See what he can do about getting some hauled over there.
Okay.
All right.
And I appreciate your time and your interest and for giving me
You bet.
the podium today. Thank you.
Thank you, Celeste.